Hi, I'm Fawzia Shrivastava. I am delighted and happy to be connecting with you. Um, the reason we are here today is because I want to share my simple and easy guide of how to love you. And just before we get to the guide, I will just give you some background to myself. I am 48 years old. I have 3 kids. I have a business that I run on my own. And within all of that, I knew that there was a way to live a truly meaningful and blissful life. And yet I didn't know how to do that. I know that there were people who do experience this. I knew that there was a better way to live. And this coming from somebody who had so much of anxiety. I had suffered from anxiety. I had eczema related to anxiety. I had a shortness of breath related to anxiety. And I was so wanting to find a better way to live. I was so wanting to find a peaceful way to be. And given that there was such a desire in myself to find out what is it that I could do to change everything. What is it that I could do to change the way I lived? I have read hundreds of books. I have spoken and engaged and chatted to spiritual teachers from all walks of life, in my seeking. And from all of that, what I know for sure is that if you are not connected to yourself, if you are not loving and kind and gentle with you, it is impossible to live a fully, completely happy life. And these are the simple things that I do in my day that I'm going to share with you. I wake up every morning and I smile. I smile at me, and I smile at everything around me. I greet my day with a smile. I really do believe that every morning that we awake, it is truly a blessing. It's as if we've got a clean, new canvas to paint whatever it is that we desire, whatever we want, in that day. So I greet my day with a smile. And I say to myself, I am beautiful. And this is a beautiful day. So when you do this, what happens? It sets the tone for your day. Like all masters of life have been saying to us for centuries, we are in the constant process of creation. We create through our thoughts, our words, and our deeds. So when you smile, when you say something wonderful to yourself in the morning, you are setting the tone for the rest of your day. The second thing I do in my day is I reach for my iPad, not to check messages, not to Google, but I reach for my iPad because I have a few meditations on it that I listen to while still lying in bed. I sometimes do a 5-minute stillness meditation, or I do a grounding meditation. And again, what this does is when you meditate and you truly, truly, truly immerse yourself into that meditation, you are connecting with your inner self. You are connecting with the divine energy that resides within yourself. And this is the energy that breathes your breath. It is the energy that beats your heart. It is free from all thought. And remember and know this, that you don't have to think about how you breathe. You don't have to think about how your heart beats. That happens automatically. And how does that happen? That happens through the divine energy that resides within yourself. So when you are still, when you are engaged in a meditation, automatically you are connected to this higher intelligence. And the more we do that, the more we understand that we are safe in life. We are safe and protected and at ease in life. The third thing that I do is, obviously we get up and get ready and get the day going with the kids, getting lunch prepared and getting myself ready. So the third thing that I do is I send love ahead of me to wherever I'm going. I learned this from Louise Hay. She was a wonderful, wonderful divine teacher of affirmations. Louise is the queen of affirmations. I mean, you can Google her and read her work. But I send love ahead of me, and what that does is that it again sets the energy or sets the tone for your day. I have done this before walking into a meeting that I was a bit concerned about. I have done this if I was going to a parent-teacher meeting that I was concerned about, or if I'm just going to the mall and, you know, send love ahead of you. What a divine thing that is to do. You know, you find all the people, all the people in the shops who just passes by smiling at you. It just changes the whole experience of your day. The fourth thing that I do is when I'm going to drop the kids off, or if I am driving somewhere, is that I like to listen to something that is so fun and lovely to me. So people that know me, my friends and family, know I love Wham. But there are other things that I listen to, you know, whether it is a song that I found that I like, whether it is you know, just listening to Sadhguru or Louise Hay or Wayne Dyer or anything, or even just the radio, if there's something that, you know, you like listening to. But I think it is just a wonderful thing to do for yourself. It is a deliberate act of self-love, and in the process of doing that, you are connecting to your inner child. You are connecting to the divine within you. It keeps you connected to self. So these are the four things. So the fifth thing that I do is, during the course of my day, as the day progresses and I get involved with whatever it is I need to do, I take a few breaks throughout the day. Normally it's nothing too long. It's normally a 3-minute break. Either it is just to stretch my legs and I walk outside and I just silently observe. I silently look at the clouds or observe the rustling of a tree. And when you are that, what you have done is that you have completely, when you are doing that, you have completely stopped the thought process. You are tapping into the stillness that resides within you. You are reaching into a space that is quiet and peaceful. So these 3 minutes of doing that, and I don't know where you work or what your day is like. You know, sometimes I do it just when I go to fetch my kids from school. I sit in the car, and as I wait for them, you know, I observe trees. I love watching trees. I love watching their rustling and how they allow the wind to just rustle their leaves, and there's such a wonderful still presence about trees. You know, so that's my thing. But you may like watching clouds, or I don't know what it is that you may like doing, but just observing without any thought. And what that does is that it recenters you. It brings you to a space of groundedness, of self-centering, and again, connecting to yourself. And the sixth thing that I do, and this is one of my favorite things, well, I love doing all of them, but this is really special to me, is that I make tea time my me time. I love tea. I really do. My tea, my business is around tea. I love it. I love the idea of just, you know, switching the kettle on and listening to the water boil. You know, putting my premix into a cup, pouring the water in, and then stirring, and then, you know, that first smell of the tea, and then that first delicious sip. Make your tea time your me time. It is a few minutes in your day. Savor every sip. You know, in the words of Thich Nhat Hanh, he says, when I drink tea, there's only tea and me. The rest of the world dissolves. That again allows you to just connect to your own inner self, your beautiful divine self. And one of the other things that I do during the course of the day is I have a few affirmations that I repeat to myself, and sometimes in the mix of things, as my kids would say and describe it, that, oh goodness, she's going into orbit. It's almost like you're taking a short left. But the fact is that when you're aware and you know that that is happening, you can always draw it back. You can always pull it back and say, no, 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 I know this is happening. It's not happening. I'm stopping it. And the way I do that is I take 3 deep breaths. And in the process of doing that, I find myself just stilling. And one of my favorite affirmations is, I am safe in the universe and all of life loves and supports me. And just in saying that and just breathing deeply, it kind of stops in the tracks whatever my thoughts were spinning into out of control about. And I recenter, and then I look at whatever the issue is or whatever it is that is causing me some form of resistance. And then I make peace with it. I embrace the contrast. I understand that, contrast is part of life, but it does not mean that I'm not on my path. It does not mean that all is well in my world. So these are the things that I do. I am so happy that I've got the opportunity to share them with you. Please take them, make them your own, practice them. There is no pressure. Try it. That's what I always tell people. Try it, experiment with it, see if it makes a difference. And if it does, please, please do let me know. I would be so delighted to hear from you. Enjoy the guide, enjoy your tea. We will chat soon. Lots of love and light.